Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. I hope you're all doing well out there. Let's see who's joining us. Lots of comments already. Hello, Teresa. Thanks for joining in. Marianne is here. AG Bead fam out there. Thank you for showing up for us. Amanda is with us. Hello, Amanda. Suzanne is with us, saying hello to everyone. William, Andrew, Barnaby, and Gilbert. One of these days, I'm going to get Barnaby back on the show. I just have to be home to do that. I could have done this from home, but I wasn't sure what we might get into today, so I figured I'd stay here for a little bit. Let's see here. Michelle is with us. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for joining in. Suzanne says, new haircut. No, my hair is just laying in a different way today. My haircut, though, is this Friday. I can't wait. I can't wait. I at least want to get the sides shaved a little bit because it's getting to be very full, which I'm thankful for, but it does make sometimes doing anything with my hair a little difficult. Oh, what else? What else is happening? Oh, well, today was one of those days. You ever have like a catch-all day? Today was my catch-all day. I was doing little things all day long, little kind of disconnected things all day long. First, I made a post or two on my William Tries Things page. And, you know, some people might be like, what's that have to do with Allegory Gallery? But it's all connected, I think. Andrew has Andrew Thornton Artist. If you don't follow him there, you might want to. I have my William Tries Things page, and then we have the Allegory Gallery pages and groups. And, you know, we love to see the things that you all get into. And, you know, we like to offer various ways for you to get to know us and the things that we do. So a lot of the things on the Andrew Thornton Artist page that you see that he's doing, a lot of those things never show up in the shop. You would never know about them unless we talk about them on a live here or you follow his page there. And kind of my other things on my page, my William Tries Things page, you wouldn't see either. I do talk a lot about things here, but every once in a while it's good to do an update there. But and I don't update as much as I should. But I think it's always fun to see things a little behind the scenes, a little more kind of everyday life. And I think that it's important sometimes, not always, but if you really like a small business, like there are certain small businesses that I follow a lot. And I love to see when the owners talk about other things that they're doing in their life. And so if you're like that, you can follow us in various ways. And I think it's really nice to be able to do that. So I posted a little bit in my William Tries Things page. I've been working on my exercise routine, as I've been talking about it quite a bit. And I am on a 3-week streak of getting my 5 out of 7 days of exercise a week that I've been trying to do. It feels like it's been forever, but it's been 3 weeks. I'm on the 4th week. This is the 4th week at least. But as I said there, I have done 5 or 6 out of 7 days of exercise every one of those weeks since I started this since I said I'm going to do it. And this week I've already missed 2 of my days because of some work that I've had to do, and it's kept me up. So I missed exercising 2 of those days already. So today and for the next 4 days, I have to exercise every day, which shouldn't be hard. I'm only doing 30 minutes a day. But I am seeing a lot of results from it. So I've lost a lot of weight. Which was just bad weight. It was not good weight. I've started to put on a little bit more muscle, which I like to see. And, you know, I think if you're able to, I think it's good to exercise. There's so many benefits that I've been reading about, and I think most people know this. But just from clearing your mind and helping to exercise is one of the best ways, supposedly, to ward off Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that. And though that does not run in my family, really, my grandmother ended up with I forget what it's called. There's a like a hospital dementia. I forget what that's actually called. Um, and I think it's sometimes carried over into her home life a little bit. And so she was very active for a large part of her life. But as she got older, it was harder for her to get around and do things. And I think things like that started happening. So I'm trying to, though that doesn't run in my family much, I'm trying to make sure that I do what I can for myself to kind of keep myself healthy as much as I can. And so 30 minutes a day has not been bad. It has not been a lot, but it has, in just 3 weeks, I have seen a lot of improvement in myself. Even my mental clarity a little bit has come back. I was starting to get very foggy, I felt like. And so this is the biggest streak I think that I've had. I was doing a lot of exercise around this time last year, and I wasn't doing it as often. Maybe I was missing a few more days, but this is the biggest streak. I look back through my fitness app. This is the biggest streak of 30 solid minutes every day for 5 or 6 days that I've done since about 2017, that I could find when I was doing more running. So I'm pretty proud of that. So I'm happy with that. So I talked about that a little bit today on my William Tries Things page. And before I keep talking too much, let me see what you're all saying. Nancy says, "Oh, I'm not sure you want to see the things I'm doing," right? You never know. You never know. Marion says, "I actually did some housework, cleaned a cupboard, and washed the floor under the stove and fridge. Those are things I need to do too." I hate cleaning cupboards. I hate cleaning in general. It's just not my thing, but you have to do it, right? At some point. And we do need to clean, because if we are getting kittens, like we keep talking about, we have to make sure that the house is kitten proofed a little bit more than it probably is right now. Hello, Susan. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you here. Susan on both accounts. Thank you so much. Marion says, "Awesome to make it to the 4th week. I'm having a kind of lazy day exercise-wise. Going to blame the solar eclipse." Yeah, that's something that's happening, right? A lot of my friends who are into astrology are talking about this hybrid solar eclipse. I don't understand it all. Maybe if you do, you can write more about it in the comments. But apparently we're having a hybrid solar eclipse, which is leading right into Mercury retrograde. I think that's what I read. And some of my friends are like, "Whew, it's a doozy already." And some of the things that I'm reading is like, this is a great opportunity to change and to kind of find your higher self and to evolve. And they're like, ride the wave and evolve as this comes through and let go of past things. So I'm trying to frame it, even though some people are framing it as a very dangerous, or not dangerous, but a crazy making possibility thing. I'm trying to frame it as we're going to evolve through this. We're going to keep evolving. And I guess we're heading into the age of Aquarius, is what a lot of people are saying now, which we're going to flit in and out of that, I believe, partly through a few weeks, maybe months this year, and then fully enter it, I guess, in 2024, which is supposed to bring about monumental change, and hopefully for the good, right? Hopefully for the good. I don't understand it all. I'm not into astrology. I'm into astrology, but I'm not into astrology. I love reading about it, and I think there are some people who are spot on a lot of times. Andrew and I watch or read Silver Ravenwolf. I don't know if you know her. She's on Facebook, and some of her things are very spot on a lot of times. So yeah, like I said, I don't go get into it. I don't read a lot about it, but I did look up, because of this whole age of Aquarius thing, I did look up all my charts as much as I could and could figure it out, and what is going to be in Aquarius when, and what house is going to be in Aquarius when, and however that all works. And I started reading these descriptions and I'm like, ooh, okay, I've got some things coming up. Some are very good and some could be very challenging. So that's interesting, I think. So lazy day, blaming it on the solar eclipse. Good for you, Marianne. Take a lazy day. Sometimes we need that. I've had a lazy day here and there, or a lazy evening sometimes. After this website update and some things, I'm working on a website for my other job, and there's just been a lot going on. So I kind of had a lazy night yesterday. Andrew's like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? I'm like, nope, not tonight. Done tonight. Of course, that was like at 11:30 or 12:30 by that time. So I was like, I think he was more trying to get me out of the room so he could continue painting, because sometimes I think it's hard for him to work when I'm there, and he paints to his audiobooks. I don't know if he's here yet, but I'm sure he'll say that. Suzanne started a new tattoo today. That's awesome. What tattoo are you getting now? Susan says, allergies are really kicking me today. Still managed to finish and post some new work on the AG Design Challenge page, plus do a few mundane tasks like laundry, checkbooks, and stuff like that. That's good. That's good. I don't think did I see your stuff on the AG Challenge page? I don't know if I did. I know, sorry. This was a sad thing. It made me really actually angry this morning. I was getting things ready today, and I'm like, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get some juice, because I usually bring juice water with me to work. And I'm like, why don't I just get a thing of juice so that I always have juice here and I can add to the water here, because we do have running water here. And so I'm like, but I want to bring a nice cup. I'm going to bring a nice cup so that I don't, because normally I drink out of just my plastic cup. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll take the plastic one. I'm like, no. Let's have something really nice today. So I brought my nice cup, and then I dropped it. So this was a Gina Chalfant tumbler, and I went to get in the car today, and I don't know, to this moment, I don't know how it happened. I had mostly everything in my left hand. The bag was in my right hand, and somehow the bag slipped out of my fingers and fell onto the concrete. And the cup was the only thing in that bag. And of course, all I hear was this crashing sound. So that did not start my day off well. And it's been very difficult to come back from that. But I wrote to Gina and I'm like, if you ever make one of these like this again, please, please set one aside for me, because I love this one. Because it had a frog on it, which I love. It had a toad, which I love frogs. It had dragonflies, which I love. It had mushrooms, which I love. And these little berries, I just love this mug. And of course, I drop it. So she wrote back and she's like, your day is going to get better. I will make you a new one. So I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to have hopefully another one of those coming whenever she has it ready for me. So that's how my day kind of started. I got up early today. I actually got up around 9:15, which I've been trying to get up earlier. It's not been successful, but today I did okay. And I got up and I said, I'm just getting up. I don't care how tired I am. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do some stuff. So I sent out an email, sent out a text message this morning, took the cats out. I was working on the email and text message when the cats were outside and we were out hanging out in the daylight in the sun. And then I got ready and broke my mug and put me in a foul mood. and yeah, so then I had to work on making the day better. And Gina definitely helped by agreeing to make another one for me. Susan says, I slept badly, so I skipped exercising today. Needed the extra sleep. I'll do better tomorrow. That's the thing, right? Your body has to be ready for exercise. And that's what I've been realizing. There have been days that I've been pushing it. And I'm glad that I am, because I am not somebody who exercises often. So in order to make this a habit, I feel I need to overdo it a little bit for myself to make sure that I get into this routine of exercising 5 to 6 days a week. But I have noticed on certain days, if I don't eat enough or if I don't sleep enough, it's really hard. And sometimes on those days, I take it very easy. I do a little bit of like I do my resistance band workouts and I take it easy with those, or I do some, just easy, simple sit-ups or crunches and things like that to work my core a little bit, but not go crazy. I don't go running or anything like that. So you have to be ready for exercise. You have to not overdo it. And I'm purposefully overdoing it probably a little bit, but that's to get me in the habit of doing it. And hopefully once I get in the habit, I am really starting to enjoy it. And I have to get to the point where I do it enough that it's enjoyable instead of, oh, I got to exercise again today, which is how it started out. Marion says, we'll have to check it out since I don't really know anything other than there is one. Yeah, with the astrology, yeah. There's the hybrid solar eclipse, which I don't know what that means. Maybe if Harry's here, he knows. And then Mercury retrograde, which is always a thing. If you don't have your Blue Chalcedony, I think we have some Blue Chalcedony in the online store at 20% off right now. Blue Chalcedony tends to, I believe it helps me, and I keep it in my pocket or wear it very often through Mercury retrograde because it helps, it helps to further communication and keep communication okay, and it helps with my tech issues. So hey, you can believe it or not, but for me, I believe it. It's working, so I'm going to keep working it. Susan says, I would like to know more about this. I would too. So if anybody knows about all this stuff astrology-wise going on, please feel free to put it in the comments. Susan says, so many screwy events have happened over the past month. I feel as if Mercury retrograde has already started. Yeah, it's been a rough month between slow sales here and just there's been a lot of ups and downs. I feel like a lot of ups and downs, like some really high points and then some really like just dragging myself out of bed because I don't want to confront the day sometimes. So yeah, I get it. I get that. Let's see here. Marion says, I had a nap after Andrew's live and then watched Seven Kings Must Die. I think that popped up, but I have not watched it yet. We have not watched that yet. Amanda agrees with Susan. It's been wild. However, today has been pretty good. Today, other than me breaking my mug, has been good. Has been good. Suzanne's getting a male samurai on the right leg. Nice. That's awesome. Teresa's joining in. Hello, Teresa. Nancy says Raven Orth is awesome. A silver now I just blanked. Not Ravenworth. Silver Raven boy. I said my mind is clear now. Raven Wolf. Silver Raven Wolf. Yeah, like her a lot. Marion says, oh no, hate it when that kind of thing happens. Cups breaking. Not good. Not good. Susan's waiting for the tree frogs to start singing. Nice. We have our little peepers. They've been singing for weeks now, which I've been very happy about. And I still hear them. So they're still out and about. They tend to calm down after a little while. And then sometimes the cicadas start. But cicadas are usually later. I think they start to bring in the end of summer, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we've had our little tree frogs, or we call them peepers. And every time if you're driving and you have your windows down, which I like to do, around here, if you come through a swampy-ish area or a wetland kind of area, just a wetter area, little pond, or you will drive into this and you'll hear it start to pick up, and then it'll be super loud with the little peeper frogs, and then you'll drive out of it. And it's just such a cool feeling to drive through them. Carla says, hello, everybody. Hello, Carla. Thank you for joining us today. Susan says, when I break something like that, that means a lot to me. I put pieces in the bottom of a pot when I plant something. Yeah, it's good to do that. Sometimes Andrew takes them and re-glues them together. Okay, I think I'm back. Sorry, everybody. I faded out there for a little bit. It seemed like I don't know what happened. The internet has been a little wacky here. I'm just going to blame it on Mercury retrograde coming, but the internet has been a little wacky here. So I hope I'm back. Let me know if I am. Um, Hello, Bonnie. Thank you for tuning in. Bonnie says, really enjoyed Andrew's demo last night. Yes, I hope you all enjoyed Andrew's demo last night. Because as he said to me last night, um, he said that he gave away some of his super secrets when he was giving his presentation, his tutorial or show last night. So if you didn't watch that, take a look, because he gave up some of his goody information in that, which he doesn't usually talk about. I didn't get to watch it all. I watched most of it, but then I had to go filming with Jen, and I try not to watch anything that requires too much sound when she's filming, so that it doesn't come up in the background of our videos. So I'm glad you enjoyed that, Bonnie. I hope everyone else did. The National Weather Service confirmed that we had 12 confirmed tornadoes last Saturday evening, says Susan. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of tornadoes. Marianne enjoyed the show, but it had sort of a sad ending. I don't know. I'll have to be in the mood for that then if it has a sad ending. Excuse me. Michelle is working on her loom while listening. Nice. Susan says, cicadas here start sometime during late June. They can be very loud. Yes, they can. They can be very loud. But our peeper frogs here are very loud too sometimes. So it just depends where you are. At the cottage, we have some woods there. As you've seen, we did the walk through the one day maybe. And there we can hear cicadas quite a bit. Here in town, you can hear them some, but not as much because we don't have as many trees and stuff for them to be in. Let's see here. Marianne says retrograde at work, right? Yep. Okay, good. I'm back. I'm glad I'm not talking just to myself here. Carla's in Charlotte. 80 miles without any mishaps. That's good. Says that's always an accomplishment. And now that I'm here, I can put you on the big TV. Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you can watch me on the big TV, right? Bonnie says, you're back. I worked with my allegory vintage pieces that I got from your tag sale. Nice. I'm glad you're working with those. And we're back. I don't know what's going on, y'all. It's starting to happen, whatever it is. I'm glad we're just doing a let's chat today, because if I were trying to show stuff and it keeps doing this, it would make me crazy. So I'm just going to stay calm. We're just doing a chat day. So feel free to write in the comments what you're working on, what you're doing. I saw that Suzanne and Harry both posted kind of minimalist pieces today in the design challenge group. Suzanne did 2 pairs of earrings with the vintage plastic, which looked freaking awesome. I liked, they were very minimalist, but they were bright colors in that vintage plastic, so you didn't need much. So good job. I said good job on the restraint, because sometimes it's hard to restrain yourself. You want to add a lot to something, right? You want to make something, like you're designing something, so you're like, I got to design it. Sometimes designing it means keeping it simple. And so I think you did a great job, Suzanne. And Harry too. Harry used 2 different kinds of chain and one little stone, which was, I think, a snakeskin agate that we had during one of our sales. I don't know if it was spring cleaning or something else, but we had that from the cottage, and did a necklace with that. So that was great. If you've not seen the pieces that people are posting in the Design Challenge group, I hope you'll join the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group on Facebook. Bonnie says, I spelled that wrong. Vintage. The vintage pieces. Nice. I'm glad that you're finding things to do with them. boy, my screen's like flashing, so I hope I'm still here. Carlos says, I'll be sure and watch Andrew's presentation. I don't think I watched anything last night. Yeah, sometimes you got to take a night off, right? Even sometimes we take a night off from doing the lives. That's just the way it is. Susan says the wee folk are at hand, right? It might be. It might be. Susan says, thanks, William. Yes, Harry's pieces are fantastic. They are. They really are. Susan says, Suzanne, your earrings were awesome. The vintage plastic has a mod 60s vibe. That's that. Yeah, that vintage plastic is cool. I loved it. And Suzanne, I think you got the only one each of those 2 strands that we had. So you grabbed it before other people. I think I thought I had 2 of them, and so we had to refund somebody, I think, for one of them because we didn't have it in the end. I did a miscount. Let's see here. Marianne says, I have to go pick up my gel press at Pure later tomorrow. I didn't quite make it home in time yesterday. Nice. Yeah, the gel press, Andrew's been having a lot of fun with that. A lot of fun with that. Suzanne says, yes, that was my thought. Nice. Amanda says, exciting, Marianne. You'll have a great time with the gel press. I think so. I think the gel presses are fun. I haven't gotten into it myself. I don't know what I would do quite with it. I was thinking about cards and stuff since I have the Cricut and making little handmade cards, but I don't know what I would do with those. I don't know if anybody would buy those. So I don't know. I don't know yet. Susan says, and the simple designs are often the most wearable and get the most mileage. It's true, right? I think as designers, sometimes we want to put a lot of our stamp on things, right? We want to put our personality into it, but sometimes the best thing you can do is restrain yourself, right? You have to. I think that's part of becoming a better designer, is knowing when to pull back and when the pieces speak for themselves, right? So what else is going on, everybody? What else did I do today? I got some strands ready for the physical store. I moved some more out of the online store and into the physical store. I didn't get much of that done today, not as much as I wanted, that's for sure. But it is what it is. I'm not getting crazy. Oh, that's another thing. Friday. How about that? Friday, I believe this Friday is the Allegory Gallery Design Challenge Mix Rose Quartz Zoom Creative Make-Along, or Creative Make-Along on Zoom. So if you're around Friday evening from 7 to 9, I believe it is, join us on Zoom and hang out with us, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time here. And join us on Zoom and hang out and make stuff. If you got the Rose Quartz kit, that's what we're mostly going to be focusing on. But if you did not get the Rose Quartz kit, that's okay. You can use something else. It's all right. You can still hang out with us and have fun. It's really great to we do it on Zoom, and you don't have to show your face. You can hide your face. On Zoom, you can just do voice if you want, or you can just kind of hang out, and you can blacken out your screen if you want to. But I think it's great because you all know what we look like and what we sound like. But there are a lot of you out there that we have no idea what you look like or what you sound like, especially sound like. Some of you have profile pictures, some of you don't. Some people use their jewelry or photos they take as their profile pictures. So it's great to see what people look like, and it's great to hear people's voices. And it's another way to create community with one another. And so if you want to hang out with us, I hope you will. Susan says, the Rose Quartz purchased from AG but didn't get, but I have Rose Quartz purchase. Oh, I was like, I didn't get it yet. I thought it said didn't get it yet. And I was like, I think most of those were shipped out, or all of those were shipped out, unless you bought it really recently. But you got Rose Quartz but didn't get the kit. That's okay. You can use that, Susan, if you want to. You can use anything if you want to, whether you got it from us or not. It's not a big deal. We know most people who are joining us in that are, good supporters of ours in some way, whether you're buying things or just sharing our posts. So it's great to hang out. Marianne says, I won't be using Rose Quartz. We know, you don't like the pink. I think I will finally use the Kitty Kisses kit with some other beads. That's good. That's a good thing to do, especially since we're maybe getting kittens. So kitty kisses is appropriate, I say. So yeah. What else? So we filmed the tutorial for Saturday. I have to edit it. I have to do all the editing on it yet. That'll be maybe, I think, tomorrow night, maybe tonight, but most likely I'm going to start working on that tomorrow night. Do y'all want to see what it is? I can give you a preview. It's really pretty. And I can't remember who posted these beads when they did one of the earrings. They did the earring tutorial and they used these beads. I think it was earrings. I think it was one of the earring tutorials. And I'm trying to remember who, I don't know if it was Cheryl who used these beads, but Jen fell in love with the check glass beads that she used in this necklace. We don't have them. But, you know, as all of our Saturday tutorials, they are more geared toward teaching you techniques and giving you ideas. They are not necessarily a selling platform for us. So we don't have the same beads that Jen has. Surprise, surprise, Jen uses other vendors too, not just us. And we do not try to limit her to using only stuff we have in the tutorials because, like I said, the tutorials are meant to be evergreen. So while we do have pieces and parts to some of the materials and make kits for some of them, we want them not to be focused on kits, because if we sell out of them, we don't want people to stop watching the tutorials. So they're meant to be evergreen. They're meant just to give you some kind of, you know, lessons in making. Maybe you don't know how to wire wrap as much, or you don't, you just need some ideas for the weekend for what am I going to do? I want to be creative this weekend, but I have no idea where to even start. So that's what they're for. They are not a selling platform. So a lot of people are a little confused about that because they're like, I don't see where I can buy these. Why can't I get these? And I get it, because we've done tutorials with Jen before and they were all based on kits. And what we found out is that when we did that, though you could use these as evergreen, when we did that and specifically mentioned the kits in the video, and once they got old enough that we sold out of all the kits and couldn't replace them anymore, people stopped watching them completely. So we're trying to make these so that they are not something that you're going to stop watching. Amanda says, yes, please. I would love a preview. So let's take a look. Let's see. Susan says, I have a container of AG rose quartz purchased over the years. Yeah, play with that. Play with that. That's okay. Susan says, Hubs is talking. He sees I have my earbuds in, but he keeps talking. I won't say that Andrew sometimes does that to me or that I do it to him. It's one of those things when your significant other or your friends or whatever, and they know you're watching something, or you're you know, engrossed in something, and they talk, and then you, yeah, okay, put it back, and then they talk, and you're like, okay, and then you put it back, like, what now? So that's I get it. I get it. I've had a lot of people in my life who it feels like that happens with. Oh, there's Harry. Hello, Harry. I'm glad to have you all here. We have a good number of people watching for Let's Chat Day, where we're not actually going to do anything. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we will. But we have 23 people watching. But please hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the love, and please hit the share. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go to the front desk and I'm going to get the tutorial project so I can show you all what it's going to be. All right. There's Andrew. He says, I've learned to ask if you are actually listening, right? Because you may talk as much as you want. And I say the you in the universal you. Same with me, and I mean myself too. But if the person doesn't actually hear or comprehend what you're saying, There's no point, right? There's no point. Hello, Susie. Thanks for joining in today. Marianne liked and shared. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. I see the numbers going up and up a little bit, so we appreciate that. So this is the project. I hope you can see it. So these are the little flowers that Jen fell in love with. And I can't remember. I think it was Cheryl, but I'm not sure if Cheryl used these. And Jen was like, we were all like, those are beautiful check glass beads. And so Jen had to find them, and she sourced them out and she found them, and she has been using them in her projects. So we're going to use this. There is if you want to learn how to wire wrap Jen's way, as you can see, there's a lot of wire wrapping going on. You have the dangles here. You have wire wrapping between these flowers here. You have wire wrapping between the end pieces of check glass here. She actually put another little dangle up here behind the neck, because sometimes you want just a little something. So this is the project. You're getting a sneak peek, but she will take you through on how to make that. I don't know if we have enough to do a blooper reel again, but if you watched past the normal ending of last week's video, we did a blooper reel, and Jen didn't actually know. She stopped watching when the normal end is, and I mentioned it to her yesterday, and she's like, "What? There was a blooper reel?" Because we keep talking about maybe doing it, and I finally did it last week. And she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you!" And then she watched it. I showed it to her at the end of the filming when we were all done, and she's like, "Actually, that was pretty funny. That wasn't bad." So if you didn't see the blooper reel, I think Jen was cracking up. It was pretty hilarious. Marianne says, "Lovely design, thank you." Susan says, "Oh, lovely project. Love the floral check glass beads." I know, those are amazing. I wish we had them, but we don't have them. Maybe we'll have to find them. I'm not sure where they come from, or which vendor brings them into the US. Susan says, "But we are doing something, having fun shooting the breeze," right? I think it's fun. I like it. Every once in a while, I need a day for me that I don't have that nagging, you got to do something, you got to make up something for the live today. Sometimes I just need to relax and chat. Plus, I think it's good. I think it's good to connect with you all in a different way sometimes. We need to sell things to stay in business, and so we can keep doing more and more of what we're doing, but it's not always about that. And we like to make sure you all know that you are our community. We are a community together, and it's not all about selling and buying. It's really just about coming together and making things, and we hope to continue facilitating that is really what it is. Vivian says, "That is beautiful." Hello, Vivian. Thank you. Kathleen is here. Hello, Kathleen. Let's see here. Whoops. Comments jumped. Sandra's here. I can't remember if I said that. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're getting your website issues that we talked about the other day sorted out a little bit. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Everybody saying hi. Suzanne says, "Cinnamon is pawing the computer. Barnaby, hello." I know, poor Barnaby. He has not been able to be on the screen. Barnaby has been, I don't know why. In the evenings when I'm working out, I usually, at my little bench, my little weight bench that I have, I'll set my phone beside me to play some music. And sometimes I don't even play music. I just have my phone there because I always carry my phone around. It's like I got to take it out of my pockets to do the workout. And so I set it down on the floor. And Barnaby lately has been sitting on top of the phone. And we just joked that Barnaby is getting ready to text message his love and has to talk with Cinnamon. So he's trying to use the phone. It's really cute. Cinnamon is a common word in our house now. When Barnaby's talking. Vivian says, "Is the bracelet a project, a live, or a tutorial coming up?" This is a necklace, actually. It could very easily be turned into a bracelet, but this is done as a necklace. But it is going to be the Saturday morning tutorial. So that is going to be our Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time is when we release that on YouTube. And so you can catch that. If you have no idea that we do Saturday morning tutorials, I think we've done 8 of them already. 2 months worth. That's crazy talk, but we have. So if you haven't seen any of those, you can catch up on our YouTube playlist. There is a playlist for Saturday morning tutorials, and it's our in-store teacher, Jen, who is doing those with us. And we're grateful to her that she's working with us on those, and she's coming up with a project every week for you all to look at and to kind of make and just give you a boost of inspiration on Saturday morning if you want to get creative over the weekend. We're trying to help you out by giving you some, just a jump start maybe. Andrew says Barnaby's listening. Nice. Amanda says that's so sweet, right? Let's see here. Vivian says, hello, all you kind people saying hello. You made my day. Vivian says, even better as a necklace, right? Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes, as Vivian said, y'all greet one another, and I love that. It's hard for me to get through the comments sometimes because I don't know. It depends if you're talking to me or talking. I don't want to miss anything that you're saying to me. But I love that you greet each other and that you welcome each other so well. It's a beautiful community that we have, and as Vivian said, it can make someone's day. A lot of us spend a lot of time as makers by ourselves, and I know that. Sometimes it's because we want to, sometimes it's because we have to. We don't have any other choice. But we know a lot of people in this community who are either living by themselves or choose to spend a lot of time by themselves or don't choose it and have to because of certain movement issues or health issues. And we're happy that we can create a space where people can spend some time and they can get together with friends a little bit, and there's no pressure. You can float in and out of the lives. You don't have to stay as long for the whole thing. You can come and go, but you can also get a sense of community, and it's a community that's creative, like pretty much all of you are. And so it's good to be with like people. And that's what I enjoy a lot about it. And I thank you all for being part of it. Let's see here. Oops, where are we going here? Harry says, I think I have a lot of those flower beads. That's nice. Yeah, I don't know where they came from. But we might try to get some in if we can, if y'all like them. I don't know who has them or what vendor they came in through. I don't know where Jen got these, but maybe we can get some. I don't know. We'll see. Andrew says Barnaby talks about someone and said, "That's my woman," right? So that's funny. That's how Barnaby talks. I don't know if you all make your cats talk or your animals talk, but every one of our cats has always had their personality and their own voice. Andrew does a good job with that, and they have their own qualities, the things that they do or don't do, or their personality. Who knows if it's really them, but that's how it feels like to us. And Barnaby is a little firecracker sometimes, so that's that. Susan says, I love it here. Our neighbor Susan from across the street, literally. We're glad you can join us. We wish we could see you more in store sometimes too. It was fun when you were coming in. Of course, I'm not in here for classes a lot of the time because that's my one day that Jen is in the store, so I can kind of mosey around. I can do my errands, which is sometimes not moseying. Sometimes it's still rushing, but I don't have to necessarily be in the store all the time. So that's my day. Oops, let's see here. Marianne says, it's one of the best parts of my day. Thank you so much. It's one of the best parts of my day, that's for sure. If we could make money just sitting here talking to you all day long and hanging out with people online, I would do this like all day. If I didn't have to do anything but this, and we'll say y'all subscribe to us talking and we made enough money, that's what I would do, because this is actually my favorite part. And I'm an introvert, so being behind the screen is a little okay for me. I can talk behind the screen, and I don't have to be social with people in person, even though I'd like to see a lot of you in person. Harry says, the same for me. It often re-energizes me. Awesome. I like that. It's good to know. Because see, unless you tell us these things, we don't know. Because sometimes Andrew and I, after a live, we're like, not many people watched it. Maybe people watch it in their rewatch, but we don't know if people still like it, if it's getting old for people. And sometimes I think we take for granted the fact that we just go live, but sometimes we don't realize or we forget how much it means to some people, even to ourselves, because when you're doing something almost every day, you can lose track of the feeling of it sometimes, but we try not to. We try not to. Vivian says, I'm here for just a 15-minute break, and what William said is true. It was great that you made me feel seen. Thank you very much. I got to go. Hugs to you all, even you, William. Thank you, Vivian. Hugs to you back. And hopefully you can watch the rewatch too. Sandra says, I look forward to this every day. Thank you. I'm glad you can join us. Oops, sorry, I got caught in a... I'm glad you can join us, period, right? It's fun. It really is. It's, usually I fret a little bit every day for the live because I feel like I have pressure to come up with something to show. And as Andrew was talking about, and we talked about a little bit also before, excuse me, we try and show you new stuff all the time. But I don't think that's necessary. The more that we're doing some kind of reviews and that we're going back to some things and revisiting some things in different ways, I don't think it's necessary that we do the new stuff all the time, because we can't financially always have new stuff. That's just that's the real of it all. If we could have new stuff every day, I would love it. But financially, that's not possible. Just like for you, probably most of you, financially having something new every day is not possible. So sometimes I fret about the live, but once we get here and we're doing it, it goes away. It goes away. It's just my anxiety that kicks in. Susie says, a friend of mine has such a funny voice and commentary for Smudge. It's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know how you can have pets or fur babies and fur children and not make up personalities for them. I've always done that, I think. And so it's just natural to do. I can't imagine having animals in the house that didn't have personalities that you come up with. My boys have personalities, but only Seif really vocalizes much. Our cats, Barnaby and Gilbert, are both starting to vocalize more now that they are the only two in the household. They are much more vocal now than they used to be. And Barnaby especially, but Gilbert every once in a while gets to talking quite a bit. And it's very cute because we're not used to that. Susan saying, I'm getting physical therapy on my hands, so maybe in the future I will be back. That's awesome. That's awesome. And you can just come and hang out too. You don't have to make stuff. You don't have to buy stuff. A lot of people in the community, I won't say a lot, but a good number of people in the community sometimes just pop into the store and say hi. And we love that because on a day like today, it was pretty slow. I had no sales in the store today. I had some people come in, but no sales. On a day like today, when that happens, it's nice if somebody just pops in and says hi. So always feel free, but don't feel pressure. That's what I say. But thankfully, we have our online store, and we're having a sale right now. So on days like today, we made a little bit of money in the online store, which helps to offset the zero sales in the physical store. It's just very up and down right now. It's insanely up and down. It's weird. Some days will be very good, and we're like, yes, if this continues on, we can do this and this and this. And then the next day, it's like, oh, it didn't continue on. So we're gonna have to backtrack, and we're gonna do this instead and this. So it's one of those things, I extended our sale. Andrew and I talked about it last night. Our sale was gonna end in like 24 hours. For the website sale. And then I extended it a day. And now I think I've extended it, through the weekend. Just because one, the sales are helping a lot right now. And two, we want to make sure that people get to see the website, get to use it. And we really kind of, a few people ordering and the orders go through, that's good. But the more people that we can have eyes on the website and they try different things like There are various ways to pay on the website, and you know, some people a lot of times pay with Shop Pay or they pay with PayPal, but there are other ways to pay. And so holding that cell out a little bit just to make sure everything is flowing okay does help. So we are continuing the sale through the weekend, I believe, at least through Friday. Can't remember what I did. It was so early for me when I extended that sale, but the sale is extended. So this is, by the way, the sale. So if you go to our website, allegorygallery.com, which is up here, and when you're checking out, do code new site, and that'll give you 20% off everything in the online store. It should work on everything. And some people were questioning how you put the code in. I have tried the code in uppercase, in lowercase, in mixed case. It should work as long as you're typing it new site, all one word. It shouldn't matter upper or lowercase. It should work. And if it doesn't work, you can place the order and let me know it didn't work, and then I will refund you the equivalent of the 20%. We're happy to do that. Just let me know you placed the order and what the order number is, so I can go and quickly find the order number, and we'll go ahead and do that for you. Let's see here. Oops. Sorry, I'm just catching up. My comments jumped. There I am. Susan says, Smokey, big older cat, is the big brother cat, while Phil, younger, smaller cat, will always be like a little kid. Barnaby is like a little kid, I think. Gilbert's a young feeling too, but Barnaby definitely bounces around and jumps around like a little kid, more than Gilbert does. But Gilbert has the sweetest voice. He has like a little young voice, and I love it. It's so sweet. Amanda says, a simple personalized hello can brighten someone's day. It's true. It really can. Andrew says, yeah, we thought about stopping doing the live since our numbers have dropped in half. Yeah, we were getting 30, 40, 45, close to 50 views at some point. And now, like right now, we have 23 of you watching, which is what my thing's saying. I don't know if these are always correct either. So that's the other thing. But when we see that, it's like, do people not like it? Like, what is going on? Why are we not getting the 40 or 50 views that we were every live? And that's not, we get more views in a rewatch, but this is like who's watching live with us, and why are our numbers dropping by half in some cases? So we don't know, but we seriously thought about doing fewer lives, and we still might cancel Mondays because that's a day that we could do filming. We're like, do people want to see us less often? Would they watch more if we were on less? So that's one of those things too. It's are we just on too much? Do people just think, well, I can catch them tomorrow, or I can catch them the next day, they're going to be on again? It's kind of that that scarcity mindset better, where we would get more people, more eyes on us, but that's not necessarily as fun. It's not as fun. So I don't know. But right now we're doing the lives. We're not stopping them yet, or pulling back on any yet. Michelle says, I try to remember to comment on the rewatch. It does help. It does help if you comment and give the thumbs up if you're doing the rewatch, because that boosts it up in the timeline a little bit, and it lets Facebook and YouTube know that you are engaged in it while you're watching the rewatches. Let's see. Marie Louise says, I like listening to the lives. I can't join every day because of work. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is we're at 5 o'clock Eastern time. So, you know, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, right? So a lot of people are in work while we go live. And in order to get out of that, we would have to go live at like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. across our country only to to try to avoid that working hour. So we know that that's also a hindrance sometimes. So that is something we take into consideration when we look at those numbers. And we know that sometimes people have vacations, and sometimes we get more numbers probably because people are, you know, vacationing, or they're able to be out of work for a week or whatever. Bonnie says, sorry, your numbers have dropped. Content is hard. You guys do a great job. Thank you. We appreciate that, because sometimes I feel like we're just, I don't know, spitballing it, like seeing what sticks sometimes. I don't know. You know, when you're a small business and you are, I don't know what to say. When you are trying to come up with content, or you are, you know, I think we are one of the few businesses that go live every weekday. I don't think there are many of us out there, especially in the beading community, who are doing an everyday thing. I'm sure there are some out there, but I think we're one of the few. And when you're kind of, I don't want to say on the forefront, but when you are kind of in when you're in an area of something that not everyone's doing, sometimes it's hard to know if it's the right thing. Sometimes it's hard to know what you should do, if it's coming across right. So when we hear feedback like that, like what Bonnie said, it's very valuable, because you know, everyone can look at us and say, oh, they do lives all the time. They know they're good. They know they're fine. We don't. We don't really. We're just, you know, like I said, we're kind of spitballing sometimes, and we're like, okay, is this going to work? Is that going to work? We're comfortable going live with a lot of things. And we're comfortable now in front of or behind the camera. But that doesn't mean that we are comfortable knowing that we're okay, or that what we're doing is good. So we do appreciate that, and thank you. Suzanne says, the cicada bead just flew by me when you first listed it. When you showed it on Monday, it clicked and I ordered it. Thank you. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that can happen, right? I think that can happen. And I know it happens to me. Sometimes it takes a few things in my timeline, a few times, to see something. I'm like, oh, maybe I should look at that. Maybe I could use that. So that's why I think we're going to do more shows that revisit some stuff here in the future. And maybe we'll try and do newish ways, like what we did on Monday, to try to combine things, or try to look at how you could design with it, just so that it's less monotonous. If you do watch everyone and whatever, it probably won't be, hopefully. But I also didn't get through a lot on Monday, because when we designed, we only showed like maybe 6 or 8 strands, when normally we would show a lot more. But I do hope that that was fun for people, and I hope people enjoyed that, because I think we're going to do more. I liked doing it. Marion says, I like being reminded of the goodies you guys carry. Thank you. Amanda says, I love to hear about all of your cats. They sound charming and cute. They are charming and cute, I have to say. Ours are. And I know a lot of yours out there, I'm sure, are too. Susan says, animals are as unique as people. That's what people don't get sometimes, right? Even people who have pets. Like the whole thing where cats are aloof, or our cats are people cats. Like, they are super. Barnaby rides around on my shoulder and cuddles with me every night. So it's when he's not cuddling with his golden daddy too. But yeah, every animal is unique, and every animal has their own personality. And though we may not exactly know what their personality is for real, it is nice to feel like you can give them that personality. Or maybe it's just good for us to think they have that personality. Oh, let's see here. Sandra says, I think they get more vocal when they get older. Possibly. I do think that because Paolo and Babette were, they knew that they were in charge, and Babette was definitely in charge. And Paolo was the one who talked for the food. Now Barnaby talks to go outside more than anything, outside or downstairs, out and down. He's learned out and down. And he's the one that does that, and sometimes for food, but mostly it's catnip, or kidnip as we call it. And I think once Paolo and Babette passed, they knew they had to come into their own a little bit if they were going to interact with us and get stuff from us. So they have started talking more. And I have noticed that Gilbert is definitely a morning person. Um, I didn't know this as much because I'm not a morning person. But when I get up earlier, Gilbert is always like talking and ready to go. And this morning I got up early enough that I could play with him a little bit. And he has not been playing much in the evenings because that's when we normally play when I get home. But this morning he was playing. And so he's definitely more of a morning person. Harry says, our cats, all 8, are very individual. They do talk to us every day. And often we know what they want. They find a way, right? They find a way. Bonnie says, I could never go into a bead store and not buy anything. I get it. I get it. But we don't ever want people to think that they can't visit us, that they have to buy something. That's not what we're about. And, our store, we consider our store a safe space. So for people on, the LGBTQIA, if you're trans, if you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you're bi and you don't feel comfortable or you need a space where you can just be, we make our store that. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to, feel obligated to even be in the beading world. If you just need a respite from the world for a little bit, you're welcome to come in and you're welcome to hang out and you're welcome to look around and you can touch the beads and you can look at the crystals and you don't have to buy a thing. You can just take a break. Because growing up, both Andrew and I, it was a harder time. I'm glad that it's getting easier for some people right now, but it's still not easy. And so we've always said, we would have liked to have a space like that. And in some cases we did. There were places we could go, but we want people to know that that's what we are. If you want to come in and you feel the need that you need to just have a place to be and you want to sit down in the back table for a little bit and just chill out, if you're feeling pressured or if you're feeling, unsafe in any way, or if you're feeling, you're just anxious that day, we're here for that. You don't have to buy anything. It's okay. You don't even have to talk if you don't want to. You can just come in and be like, I just need a place to be for a little bit. It's okay. It's all right. We totally get it because there have been times that it would have been nice growing up if I would have had that. Oh man, this is my 3 hammies are passed away now, but the smallest one, Cocoa Bear, was the most vocal. He squeaked a lot. The other 2 were noisy with their wills and chewing. Well, I'm sorry they're not here with us. That's hard, but it's cute to have the memories. It's good to have the memories. And I wrote a little bit about that too today in my post on William Tries Things. I have this feeling sometimes that getting new cats, because they won't have known, Paolo and Babette, I almost feel guilty, like I'm betraying them in some way. But as I said, it's crazy for me to think that we're not ever going to have more cats because I can't imagine our life without cats. And I think Barnaby and Gilbert will be good big brothers. And as Andrew also wrote too, I think Barnaby and Gilbert learned a lot from Paolo and Babette. Some of their mannerisms, some of the way they do things, they remind us of them a lot. And I think to keep that chain going and having new kittens that will learn from Barnaby and Gilbert, and they will probably learn things that they learned from Paolo and Babette, I think it's really nice to have that unbroken chain too. Marianne says, my cats are older. The boys communicate through stares. Sometimes they do that, right? Susan says, Phil squeaks. It's so funny. I love when they give little squeaks, right? Sandra says, YouTube now has emojis. Woohoo. I didn't realize they didn't. Nice. It's always good, right? Good to change things up. Harry says, my cats indoors all know when 8 p.m. comes, treat time. One Luna comes to me and slaps me in the lap at 8. She wants her kibble. Barnaby, after he knows, he doesn't usually get his treats until the sun goes down. They eat dinner around 7:30 to 8:30, somewhere in there. But once we're all in for the night, Then Barnaby oftentimes will sit in the kitchen and just sit at his little treat bowl or treat plate. They have little plates for treats. And he'll just sit there and look at me and sometimes talk to me, but sometimes just stare at me, waiting for his treats. So then he gets a little bit of some dry, crunchy kibble. Oh, where are we at? Where are we at? What is going on? Everything just jumped. Oh my goodness. I'm behind a lot, everybody. I'm behind a lot. I didn't realize I was so behind. Okay, let's jump ahead a little bit here. Amanda says, yes, Sandra, go wild with the emojis, right? Sandra says, I'm doing a sale for Earth Day, which is Saturday. Yes, Earth Day is Saturday, right? I think that's also why one of the reasons we did a flower theme for Earth Day, trying to get a little bit botanical. But Sandra, put your link down below if you want to. I don't know if everyone is following Sandra's business. Sandra started a jewelry business, and if you're not following, I hope you'll follow her. And you can follow her on Facebook. And Sandra, feel free to put your link down there. You're allowed. We allow you. Susan says, Smoky Cat knows when his meals and snacks are. He stands in front of me and stares, especially when I am too slow for his liking. Right? Marion says, gotta love a sale. And I have a notification that what I bought shipped. Yeah, I think Barb was working on yours today. Let's see here. Code worked for me too. Oh, the code. Yes. The new site code. Good. Let's see here. Suzanne says, I have no idea why hundreds of folks watch mediocre lives while these sometimes go wanting. I don't know. I never want to say our lives are better than other people's, but I think our lives are better than other people's sometimes. At least with all of you, we get to hang out with you. You're all interesting people. You're all creative people. You're all here talking and making friends. I don't know why we don't have more people here, honestly. If nothing else, you all, I would think, would bring in a ton of people. I don't get it sometimes, but it is what it is. I know someday we're going to hit that breakthrough, and we're going to break through. We're going to have tons of people, and it's going to be lots of fun, even though it's fun now. But I also don't, it's hard to think about growing so big that we can't talk like we do now and communicate and chat with everybody, Danette says, have you ever done or will you do class on making spiders like the spider in the Christmas legend? I wrote you back today in your email. I don't know if you got that yet, Danette. We don't have spiders now, but I asked questions about what you're looking for. Maybe we can. Sandra says, consistency is good for the algorithm. It is. And that's why we're doing our Saturday morning tutorials, I messed up once in 8 weeks. It didn't get out there right. But we're trying to be consistent there. We're trying to be consistent with our lives and things that we're doing because that's what they like. They like consistency over abundance. So if you're going to post once a week, post once a week. If you're going to post twice a week, post twice a week. If you're going to post every day, post every day, but do it consistently. Don't throw out like 10 posts and then like 2 weeks later throw out 30 posts and then a week later throw out 5 posts. They don't like that. They don't like that. From everything I've read and everything I've watched. You're right, Sandra. Susan says, gotta love emojis. Wish there were more, like for vinyl records. The latest Apple update added a bunch of emojis. If you're on an Apple device, they added a bunch more emojis on the recent update. Kathleen says, working outside with warmer weather and more daylight. I know. I love it. But I think that's why some of our numbers have gone down too. It's getting nicer. People are going outside. Maybe just put us on while you're out working outside. Just put your phone on the side, put us on. You can watch, put your earbuds in. Amanda says, if I miss a live or late, it feels like I'm missing something. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. It's nice. It's nice to hear. Diane says, I like the lives, but life gets busy in the spring. We'll always catch rewinds. Do they get counted? Yes, they do. They do. It all counts. It all counts. Andrew says, Danette, we did that a few years ago and might do it again. I didn't even remember that. But yeah, if you let us know, I don't know if you might be talking more with Andrew here before I get in the comments, but if you let us know what exactly you're looking for, either Andrew or Jen could probably come up with a class to do it. And I don't know if you're local. Are you local, Danette? If you're looking to come into the store to learn, or if you want us to do a tutorial, because I think you asked for both in the email, so I wanted to make sure. Michelle says, I haven't had time to watch many. Soon I will be able to again. Nice. Nice. Let's see here. Linda's with us. Hello. Marion, most of them are twice a week at most. For other people, yeah, most people don't do as many lives as we do. We do one of them pretty much every weekday. I think we're one of the very few companies, especially beading, but I think in a lot of places, not a lot of people are trying to devote time to do a live every day. And maybe we're not doing it the right way. Maybe there's a reason why we're one of the few. It does take a lot of time and energy. But like I said, I don't know if scarcity is part of that. Maybe people watch more when they know they can't see you. I'll just see you tomorrow. Maybe that's the case, but I like it. So we do it, right? We do it. Danette says, do you know if there's a video on it from you? Hope you do it again. We did not have a video on that one. I don't even remember doing it. But Andrew probably did it. Susan says, I feel like I'm missing something if I miss or I'm late with the lives. We don't want you to feel bad, but we want you here. So I don't know. That's good, I guess. That's good, I guess. Andrew there, he's replying, there is no video. It was an in-person class, but we'll add it to the list. There you go. Easy. Ask and you may receive, right? Cheryl says, I know the warm weather hitting the Midwest. I haven't been around to watch the live, but I do go back and watch and like on your socials to help. Your old podcasts were fun listening to while working. Good. I'm glad you like them. I'm going to be moving more of those over to YouTube. I took a little break for people to maybe listen to the first 5 that I put out there. 5 or 6? 5, I think. But we have 13 to catch up on. So I'm going to be reposting some of those to the YouTube too. So if you haven't listened to the podcast, it's all on the website. If you want to listen there, you can go to the podcast tab on our website and listen to them all right there, or you can wait for them to pop up on YouTube. It'll help us if you view on YouTube too. Cheryl, were you the one that did these flowers? If you're still there, Jen loved them so much. She got some and we're doing them. She's using them in the latest tutorial. Marion says, it is a nice change not to reach my step goal. Sometimes you need a day break, right? Harry's had a creative day, 2 clay houses, 2 necklaces, a pair of earrings, and several graphic processes. Pulled my first image transfer on a gel plate. Nice. I did see your one necklace. We talked about it, I think, before you were here. You and Suzanne were both doing minimalist kind of jewelry, which is really nice to see. Sandra says, Sweet Pea can be sassy at times. I may be rubbing off on her. She's quite shy around anyone else but me. Sometimes they are, right? Gilbert is very shy a lot of times. Sometimes he warms up to certain people much quicker, but he usually hides under the bed if anybody comes around. Let's see here. Susan says, a few of my cats love the 2 a.m. playtime. They do like that, right? They do like that. Sorry, everybody. Where's my cord? My phone's dying. There we go. Plugged in. Yeah, they get the zoomies. 2 a.m. though, for us, we're still pretty much awake. So we don't even realize that they're doing it sometimes. But they do. And then they're ready for bed usually after that when I am. Usually I'm trying to get to bed before that now, though. Andrew says, before COVID, we used to do Sunday dinners. Folks would come and we'd make a big pot of soup or spaghetti and folks could just hang out without the expectation of spending. Yeah, we had like Sunday dinners at the store. They weren't every week, but we would do them every once in a while. We'd do a potluck. You could bring your own. We'd always make some food in case some people didn't bring stuff. And you could always just come and hang out and just share time together, which was really nice. Hopefully we can get back to something like that again. It's hard though with our schedule right now. Amanda says, my hammy, Misty, we called him the treat monster. He would shake his cage if he didn't come fast enough. That's funny. That's funny. Donna says, I know when I was there, I loved it. Just watching other people create wonderful surroundings and people. Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you again, Donna. If you are coming into town, let me know. I know I wasn't always around as much when you were around, but if you let me know, I can try and be down here more. Like I said, Friday is the one day I hate it, but Friday is the one day that it's very hard for me to be here because it's the one day I take to do errands. I'm getting a haircut this Friday that I'm excited. Amanda says, I really miss them. They were my little darlings. It's hard, right? It's hard. Like I was writing about Paolo and Babette today about the new kittens, and I started tearing up still. And it's time's passing. It's been a little while, but it's still hard. It's still hard. Marianne says, my boy Tier doesn't really like treats. Some of them don't, right? All of ours have, though. I have to say, all of ours have liked treats of some sort. Got to find the right ones. Sometimes they'll turn their nose up at them, but the I forget which ones we have. We get the catnip little crunchy soft treats, and they don't get many of them because they're mostly wet food only. But they get some of those in the evenings usually, and they love those. Let's see here. Just scrolling, trying to catch up a little bit here. Sorry if I'm missing anybody's comments. Kathleen says, enjoying Saturday morning tutorials. Thank you. I'm glad you like those. Sandra says, I am now doing my blog every week and sending to my list every Wednesday. I just started being more consistent to my list. Special deals to my VIPers. Yeah, you are great with your blogs. I wish I could get in a consistent kind of timing and come up with ideas to write about for our blog. It's hit and miss on our blog, mostly with big announcements more than anything. But you are very good. Even Andrew mentioned the other day about how well your blog posts are done and how good you are at getting them out all the time. Oh, Andrew says Dottie taught that class. It was probably 10 years ago. The spider class, there was a blizzard. Dottie, yeah, that was that was I think in our first location. Yeah, that would have been 10 years ago or so. Cheryl says that was me. Yeah, you did. I thought that was you who did these. Jen loved them so much she had to source them. She found them. We don't carry them in the store, and she used them for this tutorial. So we don't have them, but like I said, our tutorials are not about selling platform. They're about inspiration. But so many people are asking for them. We might try and find out who the main vendor of them is and try and get them in. Harry ordered supper Mediterranean stuff, falafel, Greek, veggies. Oh, I wish we had that close. That would be so nice. That would be so nice. Let's see here. Marion says, Sif could be a reincarnation of a cat cougar that I used to have. Never know. You never know, right? Never know. Marianne says, I might have pepper smoked steelhead for dinner. That sounds fancy. Suzanne's having hamburgers with mango. I've never had a hamburger with mango. It's interesting. Susan's having a simple chicks patty. Not super hungry, but I need to eat something. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to eat. I think we have leftovers. Andrew made a casserole last night, so we have that, and we should have leftovers. It was good. Amanda says, I did roasted chicken dinner with mashed potatoes, gravy, and cabbage. Nice. Sounds good. I love cabbage. I don't eat it enough. I love coleslaw, but I think it's raw cabbage is not good for thyroid, but I still eat it. But But mashed potatoes, potatoes are one of my favorite things ever. I love potatoes. I could eat potatoes probably every single day, done different ways. Um, but gravy and cabbage sounds good. I don't eat chicken anymore, but roasted chicken, I love it, or did love it. Sandra says, chicken freeze dried is like crack for kitties. Chicken Littles, life essentials. Huh, I'll have to look at that. We get every once in a while, I think it's called, is it called Reveal? I feel like it's called, I don't know if that's right, but it's like, it's a higher end food. It's not inexpensive, so we don't buy it too often, but it's like if you just opened a can of tuna and the tuna was in there. I don't know why we just don't buy tuna. It's probably cheaper. Um, but I think I broke it down and it's not cheaper. It's a little bit less expensive, but they have chicken and they have tuna and they have little tuna with shrimp and other fish, and our cats love it. But supposedly it's not supposed to be for, like, you're not supposed to feed them on it. It's supposed to be a supplement. I don't know why. Cats in the wild would eat just meat. I don't know why this is any different, but so we give that to them as a treat too every once in a while. Marion says, your mention of Greek food made me think of what I wanted for dinner. Yep. Bonnie says that necklace is so pretty. Yeah, this one, thank you. This is what Jen is doing for the Saturday morning tutorial. You're getting a preview of that. So if you want to hang out and make that with us, we'll be having that on Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. It should premiere. I got to work on that video. We filmed it last night, but I got to edit it yet. Andrew says, I miss Miriam's. I know. Miriam's Table Cafe. They used to be across the street. They used to be a restaurant in town. Now they do catering, but they're not a full restaurant anymore. But they had good kind of food like that sometimes. They had Mediterranean nights, and it was delicious. Oops, let's see here. Oh, skipped. Andrew said they had wonderful fresh hummus and Mediterranean food. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Susan says, Andrew's quite the chef. He is. I'm lucky. He can cook really well. He can pull things. He made a casserole out of stuff that was around the house. I was like, I don't know what we're going to eat tonight. I have no clue, but we have casserole now. I don't know how he did it, and it tasted good. I also, right here sitting by me, my niece is doing a fundraiser. They're doing these Little Caesars pizza kits. You buy, I guess it comes with the dough and the sauce and the cheese, and you put it together and you put it in the oven. And so they were doing those. So I bought one of those to help her do her fundraiser. I think it's for her soccer, maybe. I want to say gymnastics or soccer. So I have that sitting here. It came with big ice packs in it, so it's been okay. Don't need any more food poisoning with the marinara for Andrew or me. But we have that too, so that's exciting. That's probably going to be dinner for the next day or two. Marion says chicken with mango, but not hamburger. Chicken with apricots is good too. Yes, it is. Suzanne says, has anyone tried riced cauliflower? We've had riced cauliflower. It's pretty good. Harry says, kimchi is my favorite cabbage form. I do love kimchi. It is good. I love lots of ways that cabbage can be done. I used to love pigs in a blanket. And even my grandmother used to make something she called depression dinner. And it was just kind of boiled cabbage, potatoes, carrots. Now she would add usually hot dogs and kielbasa for us too, which would give it more flavor. In the Depression times, they did not have that necessarily, but she would boil all that up, and then I would eat it with ketchup. We would put ketchup on it, of all things, over everything. It was actually really good. I kind of miss it. I don't know how she did it exactly, and we don't eat the same kind of kielbasa. We do fake meat stuff, but maybe one of these days I'll try it. I don't know. Susan says red cabbage is hard to find, but it's great in salads and stir fries. We usually have red cabbage here. Our grocery store usually has red cabbage, which is good. I haven't really noticed lately. Andrew says, there goes that cookbook idea again, right? Allegory eats. Maybe. Allegory eats. I was thinking, what was I thinking of allegory something today too? Um, Andrew wrote a post about how he wishes we were rich enough where we could just, hang out with people and help them support their lives by allowing them to be free to do their making and live off of it and just support people that way. And he was like, don't want to say commune, but commune. And I was thinking like allegory collective or something like that. That would be fun. I wish we could do stuff like that. That would be like, that's like the all-time ultimate goal that I don't know if we'll ever get to, because we're not making that kind of money with this. But if we could, to be able to bring in artists and just pay them and support them and allow them to create in a free environment where they're not pressured to, have to feed themselves or house themselves, or we would just have a place where people could have a place to live and have a community kitchen. And how wonderful that would be, just to be with creative people who were, allowed to be like maximum creative all the time. I think that would be amazing. Bonnie says, I'm on strike for cooking. So tired of making food. Mike comes home late and doesn't eat. That happens sometimes, right? You get home late, you don't want to eat, but you went through all the trouble to make the food. I get it. I can get it. So sometimes you have to say, I'm done. Get your own food if you want food, right? That's what Andrew says. He's like, you don't like what I make? Get your own food. That's what I say too, right? The one cooking is the one that cooks, right? That's it. You either like it or you get something else. You make your own. Marion says, all cruciferous veggies should be limited with thyroid issues. Should be. I don't. I know I don't. It's probably why I still have thyroid issues. Usually those don't reverse, although some people have gotten it to do that. Amanda says, I haven't had riced cauliflower, but I love cauliflower. Me too. I love cauliflower more cooked, though, than I do raw. I've realized this. Unless it's cut up smaller, I guess, like a rice, even if it's raw. But I do like it cooked. I love it cooked with some butter or some cheese. That's good too. Broccoli is kind of the same way. Broccoli I can more easily eat both ways, but I like them steamed at least, usually steamed, or fried, or sautéed, or stir-fried. Harry says, I like to slice and grill cauliflower with Italian dressing as a soap. I bet that'd be good. I've never grilled it before. I've probably had it grilled, but I've never done it myself. Let's see. Marianne's talking about stuff I don't know. A bowl of avogolamono soup. I have no idea what that is. No idea what that is. Let's see here. Suzanne makes cauliflower steaks. Nice. Marianne says, I prefer my cauliflower raw. See, I like mine cooked. Bonnie says, I love kimchi too. Andrew says, we used to get kimchi dumplings and they were so good. Oh, I love stuff like that. Kimchi and a dumpling, even better. Susan says, my husband hates cauliflower, but I like cauliflower dishes. Can happen. Can be sad, but it can happen, right? Potatoes and cabbage, bubble and squeak. Yeah, my grandmother would boil the potatoes, boil the cabbage, and usually carrots with it. Big chunks of stuff, big chunks. And then usually put some of the meat with it because we weren't in the Depression times and we could afford some meat. Let's see here. Oh, comments jumped, sorry. Andrew said, if there's a will, there's a way, right? Andrew says, I'm going to get my triangle and ring it. Feed up time, feed up time. Susan says, Hubs does more of the cooking, but I do the type of cooking requires a recipe and specific ingredients. I'm very much ingredient and recipe oriented if I cook. I like to have a recipe. I like to follow the recipe. I may improvise a little bit, but Andrew does not. Andrew generally, if he looks at a recipe, he kind of puts it in his head, and then he just does that kind of, right? He follows, I think, as much as he can remember most of the time, but he's good at improvising. He's good at coming up with things from stuff in the cupboard. I am not. I'm one of those people. If I'm going to make something, I just go out and buy everything I need and I have it. But yeah, generally that's what it's like. Ellen says, I like it with lots of cheese sauce. Yes. Cauliflower with cheese sauce, even broccoli with cheese sauce, good stuff. Marion says, I still eat cabbage when I want. Me too. Me too. Andrew says, that's the lemon soup. What's the lemon soup? Lemon soup? Troy says, I like, I like to make pickled cauliflower. Oh, is it Bellevue? I don't know if y'all have Bellevue around. I don't know if that's a PA thing or not, but there is a pickled and hot pickled cauliflower that they make, and I love it. I don't like to hurt myself by eating things that are too spicy, but every once in a while, the Bellevue pickled cauliflower, the hot spicy one, I will suffer through that because it just is good. Now they make one that tastes almost exactly the same, but without the pain, but I don't know why. Sometimes I like the hot one. Marianne says egg and lemon rice soup. Oh, that's okay. I know what you're talking about now. What Marianne, that word Marianne had. Egg and lemon rice soup. I've never had that, I have to say. Bonnie says, the other problem is you guys are on when I'm supposed to be cooking dinner. You need to get a kitchen TV, Bonnie. Get a kitchen TV and then watch it on YouTube because Facebook doesn't allow you to watch it on the TV. Of course, Facebook makes a widescreen thing for your house, I think, or a bigger screen thing. I don't know if they still do. They were making it for a while. Get one of those. Put it in your kitchen. Listen to us make dinner. Just don't stop. Just don't stop watching us. Andrew says, does anyone know the feed up time reference? I don't even think I do. Sue says, my mother used to make a cauliflower in a homemade cheese sauce. It was wonderful. I know some of those recipes. I know. I think my aunt has a lot of my grandmother's recipes, and I'd like to digitize them in some way too. Donna says, yes, Bellevue is great. I know, right? Avgola mono equals lemon soup, says Andrew. I've never had that. I've never even heard of that, I don't think, unless I'm pronouncing it in a way that I don't know how to pronounce it, and someone said it and I recognize it, but I don't remember that at all. Harry says, we make a salad with cauliflower and broccoli with a hot bacon dressing. That's interesting. Bonnie says, oh boy, Mike said he would bring home wood-fired pizza. Nice. You get wood-fired pizza is good. Our friend at the Italian Oven, she used to be in More for Beating, and she used to help teach classes and stuff. Our friend Allison Adorns. She's not online much anymore. She got away from social media, but she runs the Italian Oven restaurant in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and they have a wood-fired pizza, and it's good. It's good. And we have some other places around here that have wood-fired pizza that's really good. Marianne says, rice soup is nostalgia good for me. The Swedish version didn't have egg and lemon, though. Trace is making broccoli and cheese soup. How about that? See, isn't that weird how that happens? Andrew says, I want wood-fired pizza, of course. Andrew, I think, could eat pizza every day. Every single day. Andrew, when I'm like, I don't know what we should have, he's like, let's get a pizza. I'm like, I'm tired of pizza. But I think Andrew could have pizza like every day. Amanda says, I already had supper, but I feel I could eat a second supper with all this delicious food talk. Right? Me too. Andrew says, they are supposed to put a wood-fired pizza place in the Pickin' Chicken. That'd be nice. That's pretty close enough. Yeah, there's this place, this roadside place used to be called Pickin' Chicken, and the sign for Pickin' Chicken is still there. They used to sell chicken, the chicken place, and it's at a crossroads that's not far from the cottage. pretty much between the cottage and our Johnstown building. So I guess they're going to put in wood-fired pizza. I know they were going to do pizza, and everyone's like, "Why do we need another pizza joint?" But you know what? Let's have another pizza joint because it's fine. It's okay. Let's see here. Bonnie says, "I could eat pizza every day if it's good." Right? Yep, yep. Linda prefers stone-baked pizza over wood-fired. I don't know. I think here in the U.S., a lot of us are over the stone thing. I don't. It used to be probably 10 years ago, most of our like frozen pizzas and all that stuff that you would get would always have instructions for baking on a stone, a pizza stone. And now most of them specifically say do not use a stone. So I don't know why, but that definitely changed. Susan says I get pizza about 3 times a week at Gino's in case they are closing. Yeah, I know they're trying to sell. The building was back up for sale again. I don't know if it still is or if they found a buyer. I think it would be so cool to own a pizza shop, but I don't want to be in the food business, and we ain't got the money to buy it. But it is a nice building at the edge of town. Carla says, okay, I'm going to have to forage for food. Try mashed cauliflower with garlic and butter. It's National Garlic Day, by the way. Thank you for the company. Thank you for joining us, Carla. We're going to end here soon, but thank you for joining in. And National Garlic Day, I had no idea. I do love some garlic. I do love some garlic. Vivian says, awesome, you're still here. I'm off work now. Sweet. We're getting ready to end, though, I think. I've been going almost 2 hours. Holy moly. Almost 2 hours. And the sun is still out. It is still beautiful. It's 63 right now. I came in this morning and it was cold. I wore my big sweater and it was chilly. And I went out to, I didn't even realize it because I've been inside all day. And I went out to pull my sign and flag in when I closed. And I was like, it's beautiful out here. What's going on? So it is a beautiful day. The sun came out. It's lovely right now. Andrew says, yeah, there are so many different kinds of pizza, right? Yeah. Donna says, I pass, the pick and chicken all the time. I've passed it for 67 years. It would be great for it to reopen. Yeah. I don't know what it was. It's always been empty since I knew of it. But I am looking forward to whoever has it putting some money into it and making it nice again. I think it could be a really cool place to get some food. Susan says food business would be insane. Yeah, I have no desire to get back into it. Every once in a while, Andrew and I talk about it and talk about opening like a dessert place or food place, a sandwich place. Star Cottage Studio almost turned into a little sandwich shop at one point. Andrew was thinking about it. And then I reminded him, as he asked me to do years ago, he asked me if I ever start talking about opening a food joint, remind me how much I don't want a food joint. So there's no sandwich shop at Star Cottage Studio, at least yet. At least yet. Let's see here. Teresa says, when I make homemade pizza, I still bake it on a stone or the grill. Nice. Andrew says, if I had a restaurant, it would be eat what we got. No substitutions, no sass back, only the food that we like, right? You come in, you don't make substitutions, you don't have special requests, you get what's on the plate or you don't get anything at all. Marion says, sunset here about 8:30 now. Sunset here about 8:30 now. Our sunset today is going to be at 7:59. I put a little thing on my watch now, on one of my watch faces. I have multiple watch faces. So when I go home, it turns to this face and it's 7:59 so that Gilbert and I can maybe watch the sunset together. I try and keep track of that. So when I go running, I get home in time and I know how long I can be out and not be in the dark. Yeah. Let's see here. Andrew says they were doing something in the parking lot last week, but it could have been an accident. They paved that parking lot up there. They paved the parking lot. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And I just got a notice. I've had this thing. There's something trying to be charged on my card, and I have to see what it is because I just got a notice that there was a decline again for an amount that I don't remember spending or trying to spend. Um, and it's through Apple, which none of my stuff through Apple should be that amount that I'm aware of. I think somebody's trying to use my card for gift cards, but my card balance is not high enough for what they're trying to charge, so it keeps declining, thankfully. So I don't have to report it yet, but because it hasn't gone through, I can't actually report it. So I don't know how they're going to. This is the second time today that it's happened. So there's no way to report it unless it happens, which is one of those things with credit cards, right? You can't report it unless it actually happens. So it keeps declining and I can't report it. And I don't know what it is. Usually Apple, when they put a charge through, they tell you what the charge is for. This just says Apple. So I think it's a scam. I think somebody has my card number that they're trying to use it. They just haven't gotten it down to an amount that's going to go through yet. I'm like, if you're trying to put a lot of money through, you pick the wrong people. You got to pick the rich people for that because the poor people do not have that kind of a balance. So I don't know what's trying to go through, but that happened again just now, and I don't know what it is. So a little bit dubious. Let's see here. Andrew says, I used to be in the restaurant industry. I still get PTSD, right? Susan says, it's been closed for so long, I passed it on my way to the oncologist Conemaugh Hospital. Yeah, it's been closed a long time. Like I said, I've never known the Pick and Chicken when it was open. Even when I was young, we never came through that way. We never went through up 271. So I've never actually known it to be open. Susan has sunset at 7:45. Nice. Marion says, it's quite enough working in a grocery store. I bet. I don't know how people, I don't know how you work in a grocery. I'd be hungry all day, I think, all day. Andrew's like, maybe a little hut for pizza. No huts for pizza. Andrew wants to start Sassy's Cake and Pie. That's his big thing. He's been talking about that for years. A restaurant called Sassy's Cake and Pie. And so there'd be a logo of Babette kneading dough because Babette used to make biscuits on Andrew. And Babette was sassy. So Sassy's Cake and Pie would be an homage to Babette. And you get the cake and pie you get, right? That's all we've got. Whatever's there is what you get. Marion says, we had a restaurant that you ate what the chef made. That'd be nice. That's the way to do a restaurant, right? You get what you get. That's it. Andrew says, they picked the wrong person to scam. He says, just request a new card. The nice thing about my card is that I can just, through the app, if you have an Apple card, it's beautiful because there is a physical card, which I hardly ever have to use. I use my watch or I use my phone to pay for stuff. And if your card number is compromised, as long as it's not the physical card, because it has on the physical, there's Andrew, hello. So it has a different card number for the virtual card than it does for the physical card. And on if your virtual card number is compromised, you can just hit a button and it flips and gives you a new number, which is so nice. So I might have to do that because I'm assuming it's probably the virtual card number that's been compromised because that's all I use. Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I wanted to show the piece that we worked on together yesterday.
Oh, let me put you in solo layout. There you go.
I'll start that over again. It's like the kids that do the elevator.
Ooh, look at that. I like that one. I like that purple hair.
What do y'all think?
Can you hear what I'm saying? I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
So that's it.
that was so anticlimactic, so that's it.
You can make me not the full one now.
Not the full one now. Now it's hard. How do I get back to?
Now
There
it's
we
like
go.
super big though.
Now it's different. I don't know what it's doing. Hold on, hold
It's
on.
neat though.
There, I'm back. Okay. Oh, I still hear Andrew too. He can talk. You can still stay there and talk if you want.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Let's
I don't
see
think they
here.
can hear me, can they?
I think so. Can you all hear Andrew still now that he's gone? Let me know in the comments if you can hear him back there.
Oh, put me back on the big screen.
Oh, now he's going on the big screen. Hold on. Hold on. Guess Andrew solo layout. There you go.
Look what I found.
Oh, I saw those the other day. And they said they
I,
could hear you back then. So that was good.
I found a whole bag.
Yeah, there's a whole bag of those hearts. The kids were digging at something in that corner the other day, and I looked there and saw that bag there, and then I forgot about them again.
Do you like those?
I do
I
like
like them.
those.
Okay, you can make me go away again.
Okay. Exit solo layout. Solo layout. Okay. Let's see here. Susan says, are these credit card scammers here in the US or abroad? I don't know. I don't know where mine's coming from. I don't even know what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to buy gift cards. Because I was like, what is this charge from out? I tried to look at it on Google. And a lot of people were saying that there's a site that the gift cards are like that exact amount. So I think that's the scam, and I think I need to change my number. But changing your credit card number is so hard because I have so many things that that credit card pays. So that's the hard part. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi, Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Bonnie says,
Hello,
wow.
everyone.
Suzanne says, very nice. Harry says, look good. Terry says, fabulous. Marion says, I like where it ended up.
I
I'm
still
losing
might
my voice,
change
everybody.
it.
What's that?
I still might change it.
You still might change it.
Boy, that one little girl painting, I done painted it 3 or 4 different times. And by 3 or
Oh,
4, I
yeah?
mean 10.
We have our friend, a new friend, Terry. I don't recognize that name. Hello, Terry. Thanks for joining in today. Let's see here. Harry's talking about having storms there. Amanda says, hope the storms aren't too bad. Let's see here.
Wamsley. Are you related to Penny?
I don't know Penny either, but Susan says, oh, more hearts. Yes, more hearts. Amanda says, I have a strand of those. They are stunning. Yeah, we showed them at one point. And what's that?
Turn me back on, William.
Turn you back on. Oh, look who's hanging out with Golden
He
Daddy.
jumped up into my arms.
He says, I need to be on the TV. Look at that cuteness.
Thanks, William.
Oh, Barn. Hi, Barnaby. My buddy. That's my buddy. Did he just wake up?
No, he's been begging to go outside.
Oh, he looked like a little wake up face a little bit.
We went outside earlier and I did a little bit of yard work. You're going to have to help me clean up. That can be your workout.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have classes about yard maintenance. And then we can all go outside and do our yard. We had a teacher once, and she used to have like these really boring, repetitive things that we'd have to like paint these little squares. And then I went to an opening of her artwork, and I was like, "Hey, those are those squares that we painted." And she just smiled.
Uh-huh.
Trixie.
Nice. Bonnie says, oh, so cute, that kitty cat. Susan says, Barnaby, heart, 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 heart. Amanda says,
He's like,
hi,
where's
sweetie.
Cinnamon?
Suzanne says, Barnaby. Marianne says, Barnaby wants to talk to Cinnamon. Terry
He's
says,
like,
not that I
let's
know
make
of.
this.
There it is. Terry says, not that I know of, but maybe it is a married name, so I'm not sure.
Her married name, that's her maiden name. Her married name, I think it's different now, but her married name used to be Penny Michelle. But her other name used to be Penny Wamsley.
Bonnie says, I did a drawing of a cat that looks like Barnaby.
He was like in the twin army.
In the twin army. Barnaby has a twin army, we call it. There used to be an outside cat that ran around and looked a lot like Barnaby, so we said that he had a twin army gathering.
And he did.
Amanda says
All these cats.
I know. Amanda says he's so beautiful. Susan says, love kitties. Suzanne says, Cinnamon's here. She says, hi. Your woman says, hi,
yeah.
Barnaby. Look at that boy. He's a good boy. Oh, it got dark in your... Huh?
You can make us not just looking at our faces.
So, I think that's it, y'all. Almost 2 hours of chatting time. I know, wild, but I had fun. I hope you all had fun. If you need anything, we're having a sale. If you didn't know that, allegorygallery.com, it's up there. We're having a sale. Use that code that's flashing on the bottom of your screen. It says new site. Just plug that in as you're in your checkout for the discount code section and get 20% off everything in our website. And let us know in the notes or in a comment or in an email how you like the new look of our website. If you remember the old one. If you've not been around for the old one, you don't know. But hopefully you like the new one.
Did anybody guess that reference?
What is that reference?
Did anybody guess?
Not that I saw. Feed Up Time?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Did y'all watch Beasts of the Southern Wild?
Oh, that was the one that I wasn't thrilled with. I don't know why.
With the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
So adorable, that child.
Yeah, she was. She was cute,
a little bit
but I didn't care
feral.
for. Yeah, I don't think I cared for the movie that much, though. I don't know. But Harry says, good talking with you all. Thank you so much. Good to chat with all of you. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we will be back here tomorrow. Barnaby. We will be back here tomorrow, waving goodbye. Back here tomorrow with something else to talk about or show you. So thank you all for tuning in and have a wonderful, wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. I'm going to go get some food. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.